You didn't just click on this video.
And you didn't land here because the algorithm guessed correctly.
Something guided you here, quietly, intentionally.
And if your life has felt unsettled lately, like an old version of you is dissolving, that's not random either. That's alignment beginning. Most people scroll past messages like this. You didn't. That already tells me something about you. You've always sensed there was more to your life than following the usual blueprint. More than chasing titles, approval, or someone else's definition of success. You notice things others overlook. You feel deeply. You question paths that everyone else accepts without thinking. And for a long time, that made you feel out of place, like you were early to a destination no one else could see yet. Here's the truth most people never hear. Your sensitivity isn't weakness. Your restlessness isn't confusion. Your resistance to the conventional path isn't rebellion.
Benutzer card verdriert.
Indesteigt. Wilslockende.
You were never meant to move like the masses because your life is shaped by a different order, a higher one. And when you don't fit into systems built on fear, competition, and constant striving, it doesn't mean you're failing. It means your soul refuses to shrink itself to survive in spaces that can't sustain it. Let's talk about the pressure you felt. The sense that you're working hard but not moving forward. The feeling that effort alone isn't unlocking what you know you're capable of. The quiet anxiety around money, timing, and direction. Most people interpret that as inadequacy. But that interpretation is wrong. What you're experiencing isn't a lack of ability. It's misalignment. You were never designed to force your way into abundance. You were designed to receive it through cooperation with a greater plan. When you try to build a life purely through willpower, fear becomes the fuel. And fear always demands more energy than it gives back. That's why hustling feels draining to you. That's why grinding leaves you empty, instead of fulfilled. Your system is different. Your nervous system responds to truth, not pressure. Your creativity opens through peace, not panic. Your prosperity flows when you're aligned, not when you're exhausted. Abundance for you is not something you chase. It's something that responds when you're in the right position. And that requires a belief shift. You don't have to earn worthiness through struggle. You don't have to prove your value through suffering. You don't have to outrun fear to be provided for. Provision follows obedience to inner truth.
Support follows alignment with your calling.
Opportunities appear when you stop forcing doors that were never meant to open. Trust is not passivity. It's precision. It's knowing when to move and when to wait. When to speak and when to listen. When to build and when to release. And this brings us to something essential. You already have access to guidance. Not through constant signs in the outside world, but through inner resonance. You feel expansion when something is right. You feel contraction when it isn't. You feel energy when an idea aligns with your purpose. You feel heaviness when you're drifting away from it. That's not imagination. That's communication. Your talents aren't random. Your interests aren't accidental. The things that light you up without effort are clues, quiet ones, but accurate. You weren't given gifts just to admire them. You were given them because they're tools for service, impact, and provision. When you honor them, life responds. So let's ground this in something practical, not overwhelming, not rigid.
Just gentle alignment.
First, slow your internal noise. You don't need to escape the world, just reduce the volume. Moments of stillness recalibrate you. Clarity doesn't shout, it whispers. Second, pay attention to what drains you versus what restores you. Your energy is feedback. If something consistently empties you, it's not your long-term path, no matter how logical it looks on paper.
Third, develop what comes naturally to you.
Not perfectly, not publicly. Quietly and consistently. Growth doesn't require pressure. It requires devotion. Fourth, release timelines that come from fear.
You're not behind.
You're being positioned.
Some things take time because they're meant to last. And finally, take the next honest step. Not the entire journey. Alignment is revealed through movement, not overthinking. You don't need the full picture to begin. Here's what I want you to hear clearly. You are not forgotten. You are not late. And you are not unsupported. Provision doesn't always arrive early, but it always arrives on time. Guidance doesn't overwhelm, but it never abandons. If things feel uncertain right now, it's because an old structure is dissolving. And what's forming next requires more trust than control. You don't need to worry about missing your path. What's meant for you recognizes you. And what's guided by a higher will doesn't slip past unnoticed. Take a breath. You're not lost. You're being led. If this message resonated, take a moment and reflect what part of your life is asking for deeper alignment right now. You can share that in the comments if you feel called to. And if you want to continue receiving guidance like this, calm, grounded, and purposeful, subscribe and stay connected. You're not walking this path alone.